The human body is a peculiar subject to study. With medicine and our knowledge constantly expanding and evolving, it can be shocking how little we genuinely know about ourselves. It can often feel as though every time doctors and scientists believe they've solved one problem, more questions arise. When people with bizarre and extraordinary experiences recount their unique tales, more and more gaps in our understanding of the human body are unearthed. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 strange discoveries we've made about the human body. Keeley Favel. Keeley Favel from Swansea began to put on weight in 2014. Initially, she thought she was just gaining weight, and then considered a potential pregnancy, though neither turned out to be the case, in this cause of this rapid weight gain. Initially, Favel didn't question her weight gain too much, due to the slow pace of the growth, until 2016, when she began to experience more notable difficulty breathing and fainted at work. She and her partner took home pregnancy tests, all of which gave negative results, and so, with encouragement from family and friends, Keeley headed to her GP. Upon the initial appointment, her GP drew the same conclusion that she was pregnant, despite blood tests not confirming this. She had an ultrasound. When it was first confirmed she wasn't pregnant, she was immediately referred for an emergency CT scan. Favel saw a consultant, where she was told she had a large ovarian mass and that surgery would be a necessity. Favel had an ovarian cyst, which by the time it was removed weighed a staggering 26 kilos. An ovarian cyst is a sac full of fluid that develops on either one or both of the woman's ovaries. It's a relatively common occurrence and often shows no symptoms. Typically, symptoms only occur if it's extremely large, blocks the blood supply, or bursts. While there's a range of symptoms an ovarian cyst can cause, bloating was the only symptom that Keeley Favel displayed. The overwhelming size of the cyst was unquestionably abnormal. Only 4 weeks after having discovering this, Keeley Favel went under surgery, described as an old-fashioned C-section. The doctors inserted from her chest bone to her pelvic bone, and the cyst was removed. While the procedure for removing an ovarian cyst is a common and well-practiced procedure, the overwhelming size resulted in a 90-minute procedure taking more than 4 hours to complete. To provide some context as to the severity of the case, for the vast majority of ovarian cysts, surgery isn't normally required. They simply disappear after a few months. Typically, surgery is only necessary if it's a cancerous cyst, and most ovarian cysts aren't. Once the procedure was complete, the sheer severity of the unique situation became apparent. The cyst had made up 1/3 of her body weight and was the size of approximately 7 newborn babies or an 8-year-old child. During her recovery, she only encountered some minor issues that were promptly resolved. Prior to her surgery, Favel discussed how she would often be mistaken for a pregnant woman. To avoid embarrassment, she would simply agree and comply when people asked about her due date. Whilst this bizarre occurrence has been resolved and Keeley Favel is healthy and well, it remains remarkable and frightening how far our body will push beyond their limits. Doctors removed tapeworm from Austin man's brain. Gerardo Moctezuma is believed to have lived with a tapeworm within his brain for over a decade, this being largely symptom-free. Moctezuma had the tapeworm removed from his brain in early 2020. A tapeworm infection is contracted when the individual consumes food or water containing tapeworm eggs or larvae. Sometimes the tapeworm can then migrate into various tissues and organs, spreading and moving around the body. In the USA, there are an approximate 1,000 cases reported annually, though there are many that are unidentified and therefore not reported. Because of this, it's impossible to determine the true figure. For Moctezuma, the parasite led to a brain infection, giving him painful headaches. He dismissed this as tension. He also experienced intense sweat and vomiting. This came from the severity of his pain, which he continued to ignore. This was until he fainted whilst playing soccer. Moctezuma was treated at the Del Seton Medical Center. He received an MRI scan that revealed a large red shape in the image of his brain, revealing the tapeworm. a neurosurgeon believed that the tapeworm could have been undetected for over a decade. Whilst the origin is unconfirmed, guessers speculate he gained this from having eaten undercooked pork in Mexico. Although the last time Gerardo claims to have been was 10 years prior to the discovery of the tapeworm, back in 2010. Fortunately, the tapeworm could be surgically removed, allowing him to make a full recovery. Often, tapeworm infections can remain unnoticed for significant lengths of time due to the slow rate of growth. There are usually minimal or no symptoms. Furthermore, a tapeworm infection can often appear to be a different illness or ailment. This leads to a misdiagnosis or a dismissal that anything's out of the ordinary. The Centre for Disease Control says the cause of tapeworm infection is eating undercooked beef or pork. If symptoms present themselves, then the patient may experience digestive issues, a loss of appetite, stomach pain, weight loss, or headaches. Tapeworms are more common in certain regions than others, often in underdeveloped countries, places that lack strict sanitation laws, or in the USA. For example, Texas and California are considered to be common areas for tapeworm infections. Whilst tapeworm infections can be rare, and Gerardo Moctezuma certainly accompanied his for a long time, he continues to be recovering well. Indonesian boy claims to have laid 20 eggs. In both 2015 and 2018, Akmal, a boy from Indonesia, claimed to have laid eggs. By 2018, at just age 14, Akmal had allegedly laid 20 eggs. This hasn't been an isolated incident, but instead, according to his father, has happened regularly since 2015. His father also explained that when the eggs have been cracked open, the insides have either been entirely yolk or all egg whites. This is unlike the classic chicken egg, which is a combination. With severe stomach pain, supposedly caused from the strange ability, Akmal was hospitalised. This was where he proceeded to lay 2 eggs in front of doctors. While some say this eliminates the possibility of a lie and proves it to be true, some doctors remain convinced this is impossible. Akmal was diagnosed with corpus aelinum, which simply means there's a foreign object within the human body, and fails to provide any further explanation as to how it appeared. In 2018, Akmal was quarantined in a hospital in order to study this apparent condition. Though the belief amongst experts and the vast majority of the public is that the eggs were purposefully put there. The father has denied this happening, though it does seem to be the most logical explanation for a rather incredible event. He's also refuted accusations of Akmal swallowing the eggs, while stating, why would he do that? Doctors have highlighted that even if the body were physically capable of laying eggs, which it isn't, the organs responsible would be separate and distinct from the digestive system. As of May 2020, the eggs were confirmed to have been chicken eggs, as suspected due to the shape, size and colour of the eggs he was supposedly producing. The local police were also involved, sending a child protection unit to investigate and aid in the case of ill treatment. Whether you think this is an absurd hoax or an unexplained phenomenon, the public certainly haven't looked fondly upon Akmal's astounding ability. The human body is miraculous, but that means unanswered questions will continue to pop up and confuse us all. Whether we dismiss signs of illness that then grow into something strange, illnesses with few symptoms suddenly wreak havoc on our lives, or we find something unique about our own bodies. It's impossible to avoid the reality that there's so much about the human body we simply don't know. So what do you make of these mysterious body discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community, whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.